want to thank you for all coming out tonight. This is our second part of the evening. We'll be presenting 7 students and myself performing prepared recital pieces. Can you hear me okay? Yeah? Okay. Everybody in the back okay? No? Alrighty. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you all to please turn off your cell phones so when the kids are playing their recital pieces, if a phone goes off, you know the drill, right? And once we're all ready with that, please rise for the national anthem. Oh, say can you see by dawn's early light what so proudly we stand at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Haley Ice, she will be performing Long, Long Ago, beautiful folk song. And after that, we'll be doing a real cool piece called Cool Blues. Tell me the tales that to me were so dear. Long ago, long ago, sing me the songs I delight to hear. Long, long ago, long ago. Now you have come, all my grief is removed. Let me forget that so long you have lived. That you believe that you loved as you loved. Long, long ago, long ago. Do you remember the path where we met? Long, long ago, long, long ago. Ah, yes, you told me you never forget. Long, long ago, long ago. Then to all others my smile you preferred. Love when you spoke gave a charm to each word. Still my heart treasures the praises I heard. Long, long ago, long ago. Cool Blues. Next up we have Sev. Sev is playing a piece that's a drum set. Getz next. Callie Getz is going to be playing one of my favorite folk songs, Love Somebody, and she's also going to be playing Come to My House. Savannah is going to be playing Amazing Grace and Silent Voice. We'd like to have you hear the poem for it.
In winter, the birds no longer sing in the mountain forests. They have flown to friendly retirements. Few furry creatures may quietly move through the soft, snowy carpet between the trees. Dulcimer, she's going to be playing a song called The Baby Tree. The Baby Tree is a typical folk song, like a lot of these lullabies, similar to Rockabye Baby. If you've ever really thought about it, it's kind of interesting history in that. I find it interesting anyways. It's written both for, of course, the soothing effect on the baby, as well as for the comical entertainment of the adults singing it to the baby. The music is gentle and beautiful, designed to put a baby to sleep, while the lyrics are quite comical. Not to be taken seriously, of course, encouraging the parent to actually engage with the child at night to put them to sleep. We're going to do a quick little reading of these lyrics so you have a sense of what this is all about.
I'll just tell you a little bit about the dulcimer. Can y'all hear me okay? Yeah. This is the dulcimer. It has 4 strings. It's a very basic instrument. It was made by people who settled in the Appalachian Mountains That's what I know about it. And there's different styles. You can play it with different tools. I'm going to play it with a pick. You can also play it with your fingers or with a stick. And now we're going to do the baby tree.
Given the words next. So, a little, folk song here. There's an island way out in the sea where the babies, they all grow on trees. And it's jolly good fun to play in the sun, but you gotta watch out if you sneeze. You gotta watch out if you sneeze. Now you've gotta watch out if you sneeze for the hanging way up in the trees. You might just cough and they will fall off. Tumble down and flop on your knees. Tumble down and flop on your knees. You're getting the idea, aren't you? Now when the stormy wind wail and the breakers blow up on a gale, there's various flopping and dropping and plopping. Fat little babies just hail, hail. Fat little babies just hail. Now the babies, they fall into a pile, and the grown-ups come up after a while. They always pass by the babies that cry. Take only babies that smile, smile. Triplets and twins if they smile. Oh, come on, that's fun. None other than Jeff Sprang on the electric guitar. Jeff is going to be playing, I think I only put one of his songs in there, I'll correct that now. The first song you're going to be playing is which one? A Study in D minor, that's right. Some classical music for you tonight. This is actually based off of like a violin etude. And then after that, he's going to be doing a song called Baby, Please Don't Go, a blues piece. and myself. Max will be playing drums, an A2 from drum, it's a drum A2, it's just got a number 22 it's called. This is written by a percussionist and composer by the name of Joe Holmquist. Recital students, thank you so much. I'm going to be doing one as well tonight. I figure if the kids have the guts to do it, I better too. So, this is going to be a cool solo, I'll tell you that right off the bat. It's a pretty funky one. It's in 7/8, so don't try to clap along, please. It won't work. It's actually a pretty comical one. It's called A Pint at the George, I think, or Gorge maybe. According to my research, the best I could figure out is that it's an inn, like a bar and an inn in England, in Windsor, in England. It's a fun drum set solo, as I said, in 7/8, and it creates on purpose this very offbeat groove, super funky at the same time. It creates, I think, the image of someone a little bit stumbly on his step, if you know what I mean. So, like I say, good luck clapping along with this. So we're going to need just a few minutes. So we're going to have the band, the rock band members come on up. We're going to do a little bit of sound check here. So this might be kind of an intermission for you. Maybe get a drink or whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in here about 5-10 minutes.
How about a hand for Jonathan Reiser and all his Let's welcome to the stage, on percussion, the great guru of all things drones, Garrett Lee.
Diverse set here to present to you. It's going to be about a 20 to 25-minute set. It'll be pretty quick for you. Please don't hesitate to get up and dance. We love that. We feed off of that. So if you feel the urge, come on up and get into it. Alrighty? We're here to have fun. First up, James Bond. Suspenseful and mysterious describes our first piece for you tonight. James Bond theme is the main signature theme of the James Bond films and has been featured in every James Bond film since Dr. Dr. No, was released in 1962. This piece will feature Vince and Link on guitar.
Go, guys.
Pork and Beans is the next song. It's an American alternative rock band called Weezer. It was released on the group's 2008 self-titled album, Weezer. Rivers Como, the lead singer and guitarist for Weezer, wrote the song in reaction to a meeting with Geffen executives who told the band members what they always tell the band members: you need to make more commercial material. So of course Cuomo, being the kind of a band member that he is, he said he came out of it pretty angry, but ironically it inspired him to write another song. This one is definitely a favorite among the kids in the band here, Picks and Sticks. Pork and Beans will feature Vince on lead vocals.
I'm a dude.
Yeah, right? Now you're getting it. Born under a bad sign. In my opinion, personally, reaching into the blues bag is always a good idea, and that's exactly what we're about to do. With Albert King's 1967 hit Born Under a Bad Sign. Often referred to as a staple of the blues, Born Under a Bad Sign was covered by greats like Eric Clapton, Hendrix, Pat Travers, and many others. We'll be featuring Evan on lead vocals on this piece, and Link on lead guitar. Here's Born Under a Bad Sign. Wonderful Tonight is a ballad written, of course, by Eric Clapton. It was included on Clapton's '77 album, Slow Hand. On September 7th, you all may have heard of this story. In 1976, Clapton wrote Wonderful Tonight for Pattie Boyd while waiting for her to get ready to attend Paul McCartney and Linda McCartney's annual Buddy Holly party. Of Wonderful Tonight, Boyd would say, "For years it tore at me to have inspired Rick and George before him. To write such music was so flattering. Wonderful Tonight was the most poignant reminder of all that was good in our relationship, and when things went wrong, it was torture to hear." Can you imagine? Ooh, beautiful piece.
and everyone turns to see this beautiful lady is walking around with me. And when she asks me, will you feel alright? And I say yes, I feel wonderful tonight. I feel wonderful because I see love right in your eyes. And the wonder of it all is that you just don't realize how much I love you. Time to go home now. I've got an aching head. I give her a car keys, and she helps me to bed. And then I tell her, as I turn off the light, I say, my darling, you are wonderful. Oh, my darling, you are wonderful tonight.
That featured Mike Pulitzer on lead guitar and vocals. Let's give him a hand. That was a nice job, wasn't it? These guys are playing hot tonight. Okay, when selecting this music for this event, I couldn't help but remember back in my junior high days when none other than, you might know this man, Biff Hansen. Biff has worn many hats over the years. You may know him as the former principal of Lincoln High, lead singer of Out of Time, maybe the special ed, if you're as old as me, maybe the special ed teacher at Wilson Junior High. Anyway, Mr. Hansen got Paul Grimstead, myself, and I assume we had a bass player. I just don't remember who that might have been. Were you there? You might have been there.
Maybe.
I don't remember who we had there, but anyways. Biff had gotten us together as a little three-hit wonder band at the end of the year for the talent show. We performed some of the top hits of the 60s, such as, Johnny Be Good and Wipeout, and that's when I dropped my sticks on stage, and, it was awful. But we got through it. As I find myself now being a teacher, doing for others what Biff had done for me, I just felt it would be kind of a nice way to pay tribute to that experience and Biff Hansen himself. To give us that first opportunity to play in a rock band. So I chose one from that time period, Wild Thing. Wild Thing is a song written by Chip Taylor, originally recorded by an American rock band, The Wild Ones, in 1965. Wild Thing is best known for its 66 cover by the English rock band, do you know them? The Trogs, that's right, I heard it over there. While reaching number one on the Billboard Hot 100 in July 1966, and it was real hot in England as well. Wild Thing will be featuring solos by Connor and Link. Link will also be our lead vocalist on this piece.
Wild thing, you get my heart sing. You make everything right. Wild thing, I think I love you.
These guys get it, don't they? They know what rock and roll's all about. Okay, we've got one more for you tonight. In my opinion, a rock concert is incomplete without covering at least one song from the best band ever to exist. You know who I mean, right? The Beatles. These guys, these jokers back here, yeah. Come Together is a song written primarily by John Lennon and credited to Lennon and McCartney. The song is an opening track on the album Abbey Road. The song reached its top of the charts in the United States and peaked at number 4 in the United Kingdom. This version is actually a mixture of many influences, and it is my own arrangement. You're going to be hearing a combination of really like hard, deep rock and also a bit of a southern kind of rock and roll in here as well. If you listen real closely toward the end, you're going to be hearing a little surprise in the bass line. If you listen real close. I want to take the time right now to just thank some people here. Jarrett Pulitzer, thank you so much. You've taken a lot of the burden off of me. Definitely a big help to make this a reality. His assistance allowed me to focus more of my time on the teaching aspects of all of this, and I'm really grateful for that. I want to thank Timmy Hendricks for taking care of helping out with the recording. We've got Denise Larson here, who has taken the video for us tonight. I want to thank you and Timmy. Pete Hendricks as well helped us set up today, so we want to thank Pete. Where's Pete? You up here? There he is out there. I also, of course, want to thank Jerry Knox for allowing us to use this hall. They didn't charge us for this. That's pretty special. He also placed an ad in the paper for us. That was great. I want to thank the staff for serving us such a nice dinner. And finally, I can't emphasize enough how grateful I am to the parents. I think I'm losing my voice here. The parents who support the students of the Riser Music Studio, and they support me, of course, in the same vein. I'm just as grateful for the students who do all the hard work. They really work hard to learn how to be a true musician. This recital and this band represents all I strive to accomplish in every lesson that I provide. That is to teach the language of music and to foster musical independence in my students. I thank you all for the support.
Yeah. Thank you.